Part 3, Anne Boleyn and the Break from Rome. The year is 1529, and England is on the verge of a transformation that will alter its course forever. In the heart of King Henry VIII's court, whispers of change ripple through the gilded halls. For nearly 2 decades, Henry has been married to Queen Catherine of Aragon, a woman of dignity and faith. But the union has not given him what he desires most, a male heir. Instead, Catherine has only produced one living child, a daughter, Mary Tudor. At the center of this unfolding drama stands a woman unlike any other, Anne Boleyn. She is neither a princess nor a queen but possesses an unshakable determination and a keen mind. Anne is no mere court beauty, she is ambitious, highly educated, and well-versed in political strategy. Unlike other women who have succumbed to Henry's desires, Anne refuses to be his mistress. She demands more: marriage, a crown, and a future as England's queen. But there is a problem, a formidable one. Pope Clement VII refuses to annul Henry's marriage to Catherine, fearing the wrath of Charles V, the Holy Roman Emperor and Catherine's powerful nephew. Henry grows impatient. He is a king, why should he beg for the Pope's approval when he himself is God's chosen ruler of England? This is the moment when a man steps forward, a man of ambition, intelligence, and cunning, Thomas Cromwell. The Reformation begins. Cromwell, once a humble blacksmith's son, has risen to become one of Henry's most trusted advisors. He sees the king's predicament not as an obstacle but as an opportunity. If the Pope will not grant Henry an annulment, then Henry must break free from the Pope's authority altogether. With careful calculation, Cromwell begins his most daring political maneuver, the dismantling of the Catholic Church's influence in England. Using his knowledge of law and strategy, Cromwell drafts legislation that declares Henry the supreme head of the Church of England. The move is revolutionary. No longer will Rome dictate English religious matters. The Church belongs to the king now. By 1533, Henry's marriage to Catherine is officially declared null and void. Catherine is stripped of her title, banished to a remote castle, and left to live out her days in isolation. In her place, Anne Boleyn ascends the throne as England's queen, and within months, she announces that she is with child. The tension in the kingdom is palpable. The people are divided, some cheer for Anne, believing she will bring the long-awaited prince, while others curse her name, calling her the great whore who has led Henry into sin. But for now, Anne stands victorious. The birth of Elizabeth and growing threats. In September 1533, Anne gives birth, not to a son, but to a daughter, Elizabeth. Henry's disappointment is evident, but he hides his frustration. Anne reassures him, she is young, and sons will follow. Yet, the enemies of Anne Boleyn grow bolder. The Catholic Church denounces Henry, and former allies like Sir Thomas More refuse to recognize Anne as queen. More, once Henry's closest friend, stands firm in his faith. He refuses to swear an oath to the new order, and in 1535, he is executed, a grim warning to those who defy the king's will. Cromwell, now Henry's chief architect of reform, moves swiftly. Monasteries are dissolved, their wealth seized to fund the crown. Those who oppose the new church are imprisoned, exiled, or executed. England is no longer under the Pope's rule, it belongs to Henry alone. The shadows begin to fall. But Anne Boleyn's days of triumph are numbered. She has given Henry a daughter, not a son, and the king's affections are shifting. He begins to notice another woman, Jane Seymour, soft-spoken and obedient, everything Anne is not. Anne's once fiery spirit begins to work against her. She is no longer the mysterious woman who captivated Henry's heart, she is his wife, bound by duty, and failing to deliver a male heir. Thomas Cromwell, ever the strategist, watches and waits. He knows that Henry's love is fleeting, but power is permanent. If Anne falls out of favor, it is his duty to ensure he is not pulled down with her. The king's eyes are turning toward Wolf Hall, the home of Jane Seymour. And soon, Anne Boleyn will learn what it means to stand in the path of a king's desire. Conclusion. With Anne Boleyn crowned and the Catholic Church severed from England, the kingdom has entered a new era, one ruled not by Rome but by Henry's will. Yet, power at Henry's court is never permanent. As Anne's influence fades, new figures emerge, and the shadows of betrayal begin to creep in. For Thomas Cromwell, the game is far from over. The wheel of fortune turns, and soon, Anne Boleyn will be at its mercy.